Hello, welcome. Holy crap, it's another A Star to Steer Her By.
What?
You're welcome. No, you are welcome, because here we're doing A Star to Steer Her By. It's your favorite podcast about the Star Trek and all the things. We're here doing the Voyager on our episode number 308.
Damn.
It's a good number. It's going to be a week, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is Photonic Aims.
This is platonic Caitlin.
Heyo. This is Jake.
And this is Chris, except I'm possessed by the EMH, so I'm horny.
Oh. Damn it, EMH.
Oy.
He's always so horny.
So horny and so violating. But
Then-
we'll get to
then
it.
I thought you were
again,
just going to say so vile, and I was going to be like, yep.
Well, also true.
Well, you look at his creator, and it's like, yeah, that tracks.
But first, so before we talk about the EMH possessing Chris, we're going to talk about our other episode, because the two today are Inside Man and Body and Soul. Oh, I know, it's not the one, it's not the one you think.
They could have swapped those titles.
I said
Chris
the
made
same
that
thing
joke
on the way.
here. Yep.
Dang. All right, well, let's start with Inside Man, and remember which one this is, because it could all work with the other one, too. Here we go. Harry and Seven are trying to download this month's batch of spam mail from Starfleet. Is your cock not big enough? Just ask EMH.
Janeway, did you remember to renew the insurance on the ship? Because our warranty's run out.
When suddenly a hologram version of Barclay hops out, and he's more insufferable than ever.
Oh my god, seriously.
Just the worst man. But he's a hologram, and he promises us that there's this geodesic fold that we can go through, and it'll pop out in the Alpha Quadrant. I promise.
I never thought I could be so upset by the frequency with which the word fold is used, and yet here we are.
Fold? Is it like you're moist?
Fold is like... Well, I feel like a fold is just another word for, like, lady bits. Like folds. They definitely have heard folds used for like flaps.
I've not heard that. I'm not familiar with that one.
I feel like, either way, maybe it just,
So it sounds like, oh, we brought him into the fold. What do you think that means?
Maybe I've never actually heard it before, but by the end of this, all I could think was, wow, this is a horrible, dirty word for vaginas, and I hate everything because they won't stop saying it.
I'm gonna fly straight into that fucker, because Hollow Barclay told us to. Let's upgrade the ship to survive the deadly radiation. What could possibly go wrong? Let me tell you what could possibly go wrong.
Threshold lizards.
I wish.
That would be what could go right.
That would be the best. That would be our favorite day. However, Starfleet didn't actually send a hologram Barclay in the Voyager's DMs because theirs kept failing. Typical Barclay.
Oh.
Reg, how about you go take a break and do whatever it is you do when you're not here working, stalking Deanna Troi. And he's like, yeah, I know, I'll go do that right now. So real Barclay goes and harasses Troi while she's on vacation so he can tell her all of his conspiracy theories about what's going on with this thing. And also whine about how his ex-girlfriend Leosa broke up with him and sad. And Troi says, wait a minute, my empathic powers are telling me something here.
Which made me think we were also sent a fake Troi, because that is not in character.
She says, you had a girlfriend? Clearly she's a con artist. Let's figure this out. And of course, she was a con artist. Turns out Leosa was this Dabo girl who was in cat boots with the asshole Ferengi. I'm glad you found it, right? Yes. Our asshole Ferengi friend's name is Damon Nunk, which is a funny word.
I was gonna say, that's a very good Ferengi name, Nunk.
It's their version of fold,
Eesh. Never mind, I hate it.
So Nunk knows that everyone on the Voyager will die a whole lot if they go through that fold. Ditto. And then they can harvest Seven's nanoprobes for profit, their favorite thing. So Hollow Barclay on the Voyager is succeeding handily at getting the Voyager to the fold. When suddenly, the Ferengi get this phone call from Barclay, and they assume it's Hollow Barclay saying, boop, 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 you've been foiled. Oh no, you're done for, Nunk. Janeway's gonna Tuvix the hell out of you if she finds you, and I'm definitely Hollow Barclay and not for real Reg foiling your scheme. Wink. I didn't just say wink out loud. No, real Barclay out. Hollow Barclay out. Damn it. But the Ferengi somehow believe this ruse because they're fools, and they close the fold. And Janeway rescues Seven from whatever else was going on. We murder the hell out of Hollow Barclay off screen, and chocolate passion punch all around. The end.
Did we get to see her take a sip of that fucking drink?
No,
Or has she once again been robbed of her chocolate?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch.
Look, she got it last appearance. That's it.
Did you notice that, like, when she realized it was Reg, she, like, covered up her cleavage?
Yeah, well,
like, she didn't show more titty than that on the bridge time.
How did she meet Reg? She met him because he had created a hollow avatar of her that was the goddess of empathy.
I understand what you're saying, but, like, again...
I mean, honestly...
Consider the pajim jams she was wearing on the fucking bridge most of the time.
But yeah, a lot of things bothered me about that. Not least of which is that they're still using, like, Zinca in the fucking 24th century.
I thought that was really stupid, too. I was like, you're telling me there's nothing better than this yet?
Oh, because it's code for, this person's a dweeb, you know?
Or your nose burns easily.
Yeah, but it's not just like... it's the cover.
Especially if you're a dweeb.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what it is? It's Barclay is allergic to whatever because I'm sure in the 24th century, instead of like sunscreen, it's an injection, and he's allergic to that, just like Kirk's allergic to Retinax.
Yeah.
Well, there was a reference. Somewhere to taking an injection or a pill or something.
Oh, for like sun radiation.
For sun, yeah.
Was that when Neelix got sunburned a couple weeks ago?
Yes, I think so, actually.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Ames has an uncanny.
But yeah,
that's all I remember from that scene.
It is so weird that like putting too much sunscreen on your nose is like this. It's shit. We need people to know this guy's a nerd, but he can't have a pocket protector.
Because like I feel like it started out as like it started out as like a cool thing that surfers did,
and hot lifeguards, I think.
Well,
too.
Lifeguards and surfers, because it was like multicolored. They had all like neon colors and stuff, and then it.
No, you're thinking of that time that there was weird colored ketchup. I don't think this was the Zinc.
Oh, that's right. People used to put ketchup on their noses.
Don't put that on your nose.
But yeah, no. They used to sell Zinca was the brand. It was like neon colored.
And
zinc
it had different colors. Could you make patterns?
Yeah, people did. They'd make like little art. But then it turned into like, oh, you're a nerd if you put the colored zinc on your nose.
It is way fucking cooler to get melanoma.
Well, it's probably better. I mean, it's better just to wear.
Normal sunscreen.
Well, it probably isn't because here's the thing about sunscreen is it's really supposed to like completely coat your skin and like not work in all the way. So actually the Zinca probably does more blocking.
Yeah, I think that's the difference is the zinc oxide is actually a physical block, so the sun never touches the skin, whereas the other kind of the normal sunscreen that you get is like a chemical block where it soaks into your skin and does something to your skin to block
something
the radiation.
magical.
All I know is, Barclay chased his therapist to the beach. This episode should have been called "What About Reg?"
Baby steps out of the holosuite.
Yeah, tie him to the mast.
But I sail.
So this beach was this beach on Earth?
It was beach.
I think they said where they were, but I missed it.
Yeah, Chris was saying that it was Ryza, but I don't remember.
Oh, I don't think it actually was.
It didn't look like Ryza because like. A, there weren't enough naked people, or mostly naked people, and B...
And not a single Horgong.
But here's the thing. I'm guessing that's why Riker wasn't there, is because he was just so put off by having a vacation anywhere that wasn't Sex Planet.
He actually was in Ryza. He was like, I'll be a little late for our vacation. I've got to be at the office.
Yeah.
I liked we saw a whole bunch of other people on the beach scene with different makeups, and I liked them.
Yeah.
There were
lots of aliens.
Some fun ones.
Many aliens.
So according to Memory Alpha, she is on a beach somewhere.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm glad they could narrow that down for us.
But yes, I liked the alien beachgoers.
Yeah, I was thoroughly distracted by the whole beach scene because there were some like weird cuts they did, and I'm sure it's just because shooting on location, like the waves didn't cooperate when they wanted it to do things. I'm certain they ADR'd that whole scene.
Oh yeah, no way.
So actually, I at least on Paramount Plus, I don't know who the fuck mixed that scene.
Oh, it's bad.
But the waves were so loud.
No!
It was almost impossible to hear them.
Oh, that's rude.
It was.
Yeah, it was a weird scene. I like seeing Marina Sirtis and getting work, but I just think it's weird that every time there's a Barclay episode, they have to make it also a Deanna episode.
Yeah.
Like, why can't Reg just have an adventure on his own?
He didn't in Projections, but that also wasn't technically
That
Reg.
wasn't him either. Yeah, that wasn't actually
Dang
him.
it.
But like,
no, it's a whole.
because it just I think it cheapens his character a bit because it shows that he hasn't really grown.
Well, it shows he is getting help, which is something. I do think that is nice to see, but the fact that he's also treating Troy like his own personal.
Yeah, well, when she chews him out and says like this is wildly inappropriate, and she's absolutely right. And like, are you having an emergency, Reg? Do you need immediate intervention to prevent your harm to yourself? Then okay, but it sounds like you're just having trouble at work, and you could probably wait until I'm back in the office.
But it turns out he's right.
He's always right. They never listen to him, and he's always right.
Every time. Like, I actually really like...
They're like, Reg, why don't you just fucking go home, loser?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, but remember last time when I was fucking right, and the time before that when I was right?
Yeah, and I liked Commander Harkins. He seemed like a good enough boss, but nope, he's wrong, because Reg is always right.
Well, it's like, Caitlin, you were starting to just rattle off the list of people who are always right that no one ever listens to. Reg, the EMH, Worf. Perhaps the Shields captain? No, approach this diplomat. Oh my god, the ship's exploding.
Yeah, but the thing about Worf is his usual answer is, we should attack them.
Well, yes, that's bad. But even when he just asks, Shields maybe? A little bit of, just a tiny bit of precaution? And he's still shot down. So he might as well, and they're going to say no anyway. I'm just going to shoot for the moon.
Mm.
Maybe if I ask for too much, they'll at least put the fucking shields up.
Take that, the moon.
It knows what it did.
Permission to fire photon torpedoes. No, Mr. Worf. Shields will do.
Did it.
Ah, clever Worf.
I don't know why the ship just doesn't usually have shields up. It just seems like a good
How many
precaution.
times do I have to tell them to put locks on the doors?
I imagine it eats up a fair bit of energy.
Yeah, but like if no matter the situation, if you're encountering an unknown ship,
Oh yeah, if you're meeting someone new, you should
if you're
definitely.
encountering
but
Farpoint.
it's like there's this whole like protocol. It's like we can't have our shields up because they'll think we're defensive. It's like, oh yeah, we should
be defensive
until we've worked it out.
Have you seen how often you're caught with your fucking pants down? That's why they had to switch to jumpsuits.
Just one big happy fleet.
Yeah.
But anywho,
I have a question about Reg.
Do it.
I know that like he does talk to Deanna about like his mental health stuff, but I kind of haven't really been getting the impression that it's been as like a professional thing. It's been more of like a friendly thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the impression I've been under
So
from their
that's-
last couple of interactions. But then this time she said, your therapist. So it's like, wait.
And I just felt like that was strange, because like that's the thing is, if he was showing up and following his therapist to her vacation, then yes, it's weird, and it would be weird even if it was just as a friend. But like, I feel like he just kind of reaches out to her when he needs like a friend to like give good advice. I don't feel like he's visiting her twice a week.
Like right now, Troy is on the Enterprise E, flying around doing shit.
Yeah.
That's her job.
Mm-hmm.
Her job is therapist and counselor and general empath and helper of Picard on the E. I assume Barclay should have help that isn't light years away all the time.
well, I mean, I guess
Local help.
yeah, probably, but also a therapist is a pretty intimate relationship.
Yeah, and people's therapists move away all the time, and you get a new one.
Yeah,
Mine died.
Oh,
Yeah,
God!
they
I'm
move-
sorry,
they
therapist.
move away and die. It's gonna be very traumatic to people, I think. So
Yeah, it definitely fucked with the noodle a little.
yeah, so
Poor
I don't know.
Chris.
I don't blame her for wanting to keep up the professional relationship, but
But I think that's
fucking
more just
leave.
because she's afraid of him, not because
Yeah.
she's actually his therapist.
Well, then she should definitely... I feel like Deanna's in a fraught position because he is also fixated on her specifically. Her first request should have been, someone other than me needs to talk to Barclay. Because when it comes from me, he's thinking about boobies and stuff. And I can tell, because you know what? Guys, actually, I'm an empath.
Yeah, sure you're an empath.
Any of us can see his eye line. You were kind of looking vaguely confused earlier, by the way.
That sounds like something I would look like.
Referencing What About Bob, which is a
oh my
Bill
God,
Murray
it's
movie.
Such a good movie.
About Bill Murray plays this guy who is just so neurotic.
His name is Bob.
He's so neurotic, he makes early appearances Reg look sane.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And
he drives Richard Dreyfuss fucking insane, and it's great.
Well, so it
It's
actually
such a good movie.
It starts with his therapist, who isn't Richard Dreyfuss,
It's Deanna Troy.
quitting therapy to get away from Bob.
Amazing.
And he hoists Bob off on Richard Dreyfuss. But the thing is, Bob's like, oh, hi, you were recommended by your colleague. He's like, oh, great. Let's make an appointment. I'm about to go on vacation, though, so see you in a month. And Bob's like, wait, what? And
I'm going on vacation with you.
he follows him to vacation,
Of
and
course
it kind
he
of
does.
spirals out of control from there.
Yikes.
It's a great movie, though. And I love it. I would highly recommend it. I watch it with you.
Okay.
I love
I'm
it.
down for that.
Yay.
So I like that this episode does continue the new apparently new running gag that the Doctor never gets to play golf.
That was
Oh,
cute.
yeah, what? That was unexpected.
In an outfit that he stole directly from one of the Three Stooges.
Yeah, seriously. It was terrible.
Yeah, the Doctor's golf is the new Troy's chocolate.
At least he didn't have a space club this time.
Oh, was it a normal club? I didn't check.
Yeah, it seemed to just be a regular driver.
Rats.
That Hollow Barclay was going to snap over his head.
Dude, Hollow Barclay was a dick.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what Dwight Schultz was trying to do with it, because it's like, what are you? Oh, you're not Barclay, but with charisma, like in Hollow Pursuits. You're just this other thing now.
It's Barclay with confidence.
Are you the guy
Well,
from
but
the
it's-
A-Team?
But it's like Barclay with it's like Barclay with confidence, but Barclay writing Barclay with confidence,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
just Barclay being fucking obnoxious.
Yeah,
How
I was
much
gonna say,
came from the
because
Ferengi?
because
though?
we've seen
That is a
just,
good question.
Just the cop.
because we've seen Barclay with confidence in the Nth Degree, and
Oh,
True.
yeah.
It was much less off-putting
he was. I mean, he was extremely off-putting, but
in a different way.
in a different way.
a new and exciting kind of off-putting every episode.
Like this one is just like, this is I think how Barclay would imagine himself if he were better.
I'm a big puffed up man.
Yeah,
I did like that Dwight Schultz was like pitching his voice down and holding
Yeah.
himself a little different.
I fucking hated everything about him.
I mean, I think I think from an acting perspective, I think it worked. It made
Yeah.
sense.
It did. It made sense, yeah.
My first fear was that when they have a hollow signature, oh no, it's going to be Vic Fontaine. Son of a bitch. Delete it.
It's gonna be Andy Dick.
Starfleet thought you could use some entertainment.
See,
No,
that
even-
would have been a great concept for an episode.
No.
No, not Vic Fontaine.
Oh, thank
Joe
God.
Piscopo's comedian.
Yeah, no.
On the way here,
Starfleet sends an updated EMH.
Oh.
they're like, hey, listen, we got some Mark IVs or Mark VIs that we know that your EMH has been running for a long time and we're gonna upgrade you.
I don't know. I feel like that would have to have happened before. What was the name of the one with Louis Zimmers and Diamond? Lifeline. Thank you. Because I think in Lifeline you kind of everyone who interacts with EMH learns like, oh no, just let him do his thing. He's fine.
Yeah.
And he'll be pissed if you try to change him at all.
Like, if they did it, it would definitely be without telling Zimmerman that they
But
were
it sounds
doing
like
it.
Zimmerman's basically been pushed aside to work on his
Iguana.
animals.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Go
Or-
on.
his flies.
What
They
was the
call him
fly's
the
name?
Lord of the
Roy.
Flies.
Roy, thank you.
But
Roy
yeah.
Zimmerman.
See, like that would have been an interesting concept for an episode once they had regular contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good. Good idea. Write that fanfic, Jake.
Sure. But yeah. Anyway. So, what did y'all think of the Ferengi or how did
Ferengeh.
Admiral
The Ferengeh!
Like merengue.
the Ferengeh? How did you feel about the Ferengeh being the villains here?
It felt like a retread of TNG.
Yeah, like, wow, Starfleet, you're fucking up this badly in the face of the Ferengi?
Now, you might know this since you do the research.
TBD.
Was not the main Ferengi, but one of his henchmen. Was it the actor that played Damon Bach? Because I think it might have been the actor that played Damon Bach.
I do not have this information, so I do not know.
I thought one of them was familiar also, but I could definitely not have told you it was because of Damon Bach or which Ferengi I thought was familiar.
Well, because I when I first saw the Ferengi ship, I made the joke like, "Oh, Damon Bach, he's back," and then they showed the ship. I'm like, "Wait, are they? Is it Damon Bach?" And then they said there was a different captain, and I was like, okay, so it's not Damon Bach, but I think that might be the same actor.
I just almost made my same Guess Who's Back joke, but guess who's Bach?
Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
I don't know.
Bach is back.
I was already fucking sick of Umach's jokes because
Oh my God, did not
what
need
the
that.
fuck? I bet you those good Umachs.
look at those Borgie hands. Mm.
Oh God, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, no, this really was just like
Three
no.
randos or
the three just terrible Ferengi. Like after all the work they'd done to kind of make the Ferengi more three-dimensional in Discovery, Jesus Christ, Deep Space Nine.
hell, even in False Prophets, I think they were fine.
Yeah.
And they were characters from TNG.
I just think that the Ferengi are only good if Quark is there.
Also,
Quark has to be there, otherwise it's just
Frank
ill-advised.
Corsentino, Damon Bach, Tog, Gegas. So yes.
Oh yeah! Wow,
That
good
was
call.
nice.
Good call, Jake. I did not recognize him.
Yeah, I was disappointed because the episode, like the screenshot for the episode online was in fact the three Ferengi. So way to give it away first of all.
Damn.
That's that should have been a picture of Reg.
Yeah, but then I was like, oh boy, Ferengi, and I was like, oh, it's bad Ferengi. I'm sad.
surprised
now.
they didn't hiss
I
and
mean,
have
yeah,
clips.
it wasn't that bad Ferengi. Like
That-
there's
yeah.
a spectrum of bad Ferengi.
These are like rascals Ferengi.
Oh, I hated them,
Yeah,
though.
that's who they are. They're or even the battle Ferengi, because they're like they're the scheming kind of.
Yeah, I feel like
Ferengi.
Ferengi schemes have to have, and maybe the nanoprobes would have been such a great prize that it's worth all this fucking effort they're putting in. But I feel like Ferengi don't really do that.
But here's the thing: there's got to be a better way to get Borg nanoprobes.
There does.
Like considering.
Yeah, but remember that Ferengi are cowards.
Yeah, but there's probably. I imagine it wouldn't be too hard to get your hands on a Borg corpse,
Yeah.
right? Like somebody's selling them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
go to the Starfleet Museum thing from season 3
Also,
Picard.
What did they say? It was 6 bars of latinum per nanoprobe? Something like that?
Some huge amount.
Yeah.
They could have just asked her for a blood sample and gone on their way and been rich beyond
It would-
measure.
That's true, keeping her alive because she produces more.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get her alive. Is
That's
the thing,
that's
so
also true.
they're all about the quick buck.
She was like, "You'll never take me alive, Ferengeh."
Ferengeh.
Ferengeh.
I like that apparently someone corrected him between scenes because later he did say Ferengi.
Funny.
But not before he said, "Don't correct me. It sickens me."
I loved too when it was like, yep, that's his ship. It's like, how can you tell? It looks like every other
did.
one of those.
Unless it literally had like a name tag splashed across it that
Which-
said Nunk on it.
Those are very big ships, too, and it looked like there were just 3 guys on that ship.
Yeah, I swear. I feel like Ferengi, whatever those are kind of like Marauders are kind of like Klingon birds of prey. Because I remember at some point we were like, there just must be different sizes of that ship because some have like a crew of 12 and others seem to have dozens of people. So like, it's like only Starfleet has as much ship variety. Everyone else just has like 3 kinds of ship in a bunch of different sizes.
I'll have a small.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a kitty-sized.
Meow.
Yeah, so these Ferengi, like, they had the ability to they intercept the message, it was fine. They realized, oh, Barclay stuck a thing on here, and it's really terrible. So we'll fix it up, we'll give it a bigger cock. Ferengi-sized cock. It's canon, guys. So they do that, so they got all the holo technology, that doesn't surprise me. Ferengi do this. But then they can go and they can hang out in this fold, this quantum, what is it freaking called? I didn't write it on this sheet. I wrote it on the other sheet. Fold. How the fuck do they control this fold?
Yeah, with a little beam of light.
Yeah, they had to have bought that science off of somebody else. It's not that Ferengi don't have scientists. We met that one in TNG.
Oh yeah,
But these-
Rhaegar. I
Yeah,
liked him.
these 3 are not scientists.
Well, wasn't Rhaegar, he was studying, like, shielding for getting close to suns, wasn't
Yes,
he?
Yeah.
it was
Yep.
metafieldic shielding, which came up in this episode.
So there might maybe that's where they got this from. Maybe they were friends or relatives of him, and they
Maybe.
knew about his work.
Yeah, that's me. But whoever came up with this, it was not these 3. These 3 are idiots.
Yeah, one was like, my cousin, he died. He was murdered by getting into his sun, so we can use that for our benefit.
But also, like, this seems like, well, yeah, I guess you need 2 conjuncting red dwarfs or whatever, but...
Conjuncting. Getting very sciencey.
Conjuncting. What's your
what does that mean?
I honestly am just, I couldn't think of the word I wanted, so I thought of the Great Conjunction from the Dark Crystal and went from there. So the opposite of science.
Yeah.
Fantasy Muppets.
Yeah.
Magic.
But yeah, this system, though, seems like, alright, yeah, obviously you can't send anything biological through it, but this seems like it would be a good way to send Voyager stuff.
Yeah.
Because it popped across the galaxy instantly.
That's true.
Yeah, or even just, you could send ship with a bunch of holograms on it. Or
Yeah, but then you just got a bunch of holograms hanging out with you, and then it's like, then now what?
Yeah, but
So many Vic Fontaines. They're all singing.
we could let the EMH Oh, see, that's okay. I'm writing my episode right now. The
Okay.
EMH is like, at first he's really opposed to the idea.
But then they start golfing together.
But then it's like, he's like, oh, I can have so much time for activities and like pursuing my passions. So yeah, I'm gonna retire. And then retirement doesn't agree with him.
Aw, that would be a good episode.
Yeah, that would actually.
I like it.
How hard do you think they tried to get Jack Nicklaus to guest as himself on the holodeck?
Oh, that'd be funny.
I think it's too bad that of all the things that Star Trek kind of was able to predict, they didn't predict 3D printers per se, like replicators sort of are, but I feel like if somebody in the space station needs a certain wrench to fix a thing, they just send them a file for their 3D printer. That's the truths.
They've done that on the ISS.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking. Yeah, that's what I meant. So I'm surprised that like they don't send them stuff like, even if what Barclay was saying about, yeah, we've had these great new innovations in fold whatevering. You would think that they probably have had some sort of like, forward momentum in certain things that they could send to them to maybe get them home more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they, that's what Admiral Paris was saying. Like, we should be sending them technical schematics, not holograms.
Boy's right, damn it.
Except Roy. Roy is all over Voyager now.
So many Roys. Oh, God.
Changing topics, what did you guys think of Leosa, Barclay's little Dabo girl?
How did he not know?
I was gonna say, yeah, batting the way out of his league.
Well, it's not even that. She's just like, can you? I just even if we take away the fact that she was like very good looking, like because not very good looking, but too good looking for Barclay, I guess. Because, like, unattractive guys get attractive women all the time. It's just a thing that happens.
Yeah, but they need other attributes, I
True.
feel like.
Yes, like a lot of money or something. But this is a post-scarcity society, so...
Yeah, so you at least gotta have a winning personality.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, no.
But, like, it's not even that, though. Like, she just looks like a
gold
Dabo
digger.
girl who is definitely, like, just dating you for your money or whatever. Like...
Well, it was also sort of suggested in that scene that she might have been a prostitute, because when she's like, teacher, whatever.
Oh yeah, client.
Whatever
asks
the
for.
client asked for, and I'm like,
No, she definitely has a nun's outfit at home.
And there's a moment where she's talking about the Ferengi and she says, my boss. And I was like, did she almost say pimp or boyfriend?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was one of those. Maybe both. Maybe pimp, boyfriend.
She definitely has a Vedic outfit at home.
She said that.
Oh yeah, that's right, she did.
This is what's Ferengi, man.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to really get the impression that Dabo girl really is just a euphemism. And like, yeah, they'll stand around the Dabo table, but there's some dark shit going on here. There's some human trafficking happening in the Ferengi Dabo industry.
Fucking your boss is literally in their contract, so yeah, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeesh.
Fucking Ferengi.
Yeah, Ferengi claimed up and down, like, the one thing the Ferengi never did was slavery, but I have a feeling it's because they have a strict definition.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But she signed a contract.
Well, I mean, she's apparently going to get 10% of
bajillion
bars of platinum. So
That's a lot of bajillions.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm sure the Ferengi put a escape clause, like the 10% after expenses. Do some old Hollywood math.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they bought her the dress. Did you guys recognize that dress?
No.
So I'll give you one hint. It's red.
Was it, what's her name?
Wait.
What's her name?
Oh,
No.
God. Cisco's ghost girlfriend or whatever.
Oh.
She wasn't a ghost, but she was a facet of a personality.
Is that what it was?
Fenna.
Okay.
I was thinking it might have been...
God, I forgot about that
Minuet.
episode until right now. When you said red like that.
Yes. It's like, oh, this woman in red. And it's like, I read that, the red dress makes an appearance. And the moment I see it on screen, I'm like, oh, yes, it does. I recognize that dress.
Lady in red.
I was thinking that too.
We're apparently
Great.
officially at the point where I've begun to forget early DS9.
Oh, no,
so...
we have to do a rewatch with Caitlin.
Sorry, you're going to have to join me for the next one. I've already restarted.
It's like TOS, mostly gone. TNG, mostly gone. Apparently I'm starting to lose DS9. By the time we get to Discovery, I'll be losing Voyager.
Oh, my gosh.
But
No.
don't worry, he's already deleted lots of unimportant things to, keep these as long as possible. Like, I don't know, his dad's birthday.
TAS. Just completely gone except BEM, despite all my best efforts.
Oh, you poor
Well, that's
thing.
because he's the stuff of fucking nightmares.
I'm glad we're doing our blogtivity this week while your memories are still...
Intact.
Yeah, partly there. What else did I have on this episode? Oh, I loved the comment that Reg made when he was pretending to be a hollow him of Vidian phage torpedoes.
Yes! I commented on that too.
Good
He did.
touch.
It was funny.
Those would be fucking terrifying.
Right? It's a bio-warfare of some kind. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah, the Vidians are like, even though we don't see them a ton, I do feel like they were very effective when we saw them. Because just the idea of them stripping people of their bits.
Yeah. They got better.
Yeah, they're rough.
Jason Alexander fixed them.
So he claims. The liar. One more question. Can you mind meld a hologram?
You can,
The hologram directly? No. If you can get to whatever computer bank its program is in, maybe.
Okay.
Because Spock did mind meld with Nomad.
Well, what if the mobile emitter, right? That's
What can you mind meld the mobile emitter?
it's just like little fingers on the mobile emitter.
I love it.
Like that, yeah. That's the thing. He'd have to be like,
my mind to...
he's got to look. Hold on. Wait.
That's true. Is the mind meld limited by the size? Could you physically mind meld with an ant without squishing it?
Not without squishing.
That's why you need an Ant-Man helmet.
Hmm.
Although ants are already, possibly slightly telepathic anyway. Maybe if you really... Can they,
Ants are
communicate?
slightly
They
telepathic.
communicate. I think isn't it like scents or something?
Is
or
it?
Dancing like bees?
Like pheromones that they use to communicate. I don't know that it's...
That makes a lot more sense than my crazy idea, but I do like the idea of just a Vulcan going in, just being very delicate and just barely touching one of the antennae to mind meld.
Wait, are you thinking antennae work like radio antennae?
Shut up, maybe.
That
Are
would be
you
amazing.
saying they don't?
I'll have to ask my ant friends.
Ask my Auntie M.
I have a relative who, when we were kids,
Communes with ants.
believed that he could commune with cats telepathically.
Well, yeah, all you have to do is get that parasite in you and you can.
Mm.
I'm guessing this is your relative who is also a furry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's...
Hey,
Keep or cut that. TBD, Chris.
Sorry, I was too busy Googling, are ants telepathic?
Oh, good.
I'm sad how quickly telepathic came up as an option. It's like, oh, enough people have asked this without feeling bad about it.
I want to know what all the other autofills were for our ants. Blank.
Are ants in my pants?
Well, you know who has ants in their pants is 7 of 9 in body and soul. Moving on.
That's not ants, that's the doctor.
Oh, gross. Fucking doctor. You're gross.
Yeah, it's awful.
All right, let's talk body and soul. I'm glad we're already in agreement that it's awful because I was ready to go on 8 tears if you guys weren't there with me. So here we go. Doc, Seven, and Kim, they're Delta flying around, and they suddenly get attacked by the Lokirim, a species that really hates photonic beings, like holograms, and oh shit, we have one of those. Oh gosh! Quick, we have to hide the EMH somewhere. How about inside Seven's face?
Nope.
So, The EMH is now effectively possessing 7 of 9, so she's just a prisoner in her own body, while her body and Harry are prisoners of the Locarum. Surprise! So we meet their captain, Rannick, who also wants to be inside Seven's body, if you know what I mean.
Damn.
Biologically. Speaking of biologically, over on the Voyager, Tuvok's exhibiting some interesting symptoms that he hasn't experienced in 7 years, ...
What could that be?
Neelix, hide all the plomeek soup. So Paris is being a pretty good dude about it and trying to help Tuvok out with whatever the injections are that he and EMH had concocted, and it's not working, so you know what, Tuvok? We're gonna hook you up with a fuck puppet of your wife. And Tuvok's like, fucking fine. However, we run across the fucking Locarum again! More Locarum. They fly in and they say, no hollow things until you're through our space. So Tuvok has the bluest balls. Meanwhile, over on Rannick's ship, something happened to Caitlin.
You happened.
So over on Rannick's ship, another Locarum ship, the EMH is enjoying having sensations while he's in Seven's body. Like eating food and drinking drinks and getting back rubs and making out with faces. And it's all like, okay, Doctor has, never experienced things before. And then you realize, oh god, it's actually really upsetting because Seven did not consent to any of this.
Also, she's super aware of all of it.
And that's, well, even if she wakes up and realizes, why am I still hungover? God damn it, Doc, I hate you.
I just feel like it's gotta be worse to be floating through some kind of sleep paralysis nightmare where you can see the man's lips closing in on your face, but you can't stop it.
It's like a Malkovich moment, and it's horrifying. So look forward to that, because we'll discuss it at length.
She stumbles out of the bathroom. I told you no spicy food!
Oh, no.
Gross. Harry, who the Locarum have been keeping locked up, while Seven just gets free reign of the ship whenever she wants for some reason.
Boobs.
Neat.
Boobs.
Yeah. And Seven, who also gets to come out every so often, they make this plan to send the Locarum ship's command codes to Voyager. If only they can get to the Delta Flyer. So Doc realizes, I've got a plan. And he says to Rannick, I'll make out with your face, but only on the Delta Flyer. And Rannick says, boy, I'm there.
Direct quote.
But gasp! A surprise hypo that was hiding somewhere on Seven's body. I don't know where. We start a battle with Voyager for fun! And Rannick gets blasted in the face, and not in the fun way.
Damn.
I brought that joke back just for Chris. So EMH, who's out and about now because fuck all of this, he says, I'll make your face pretty again, Rannick. It's all gonna be fine. So now you're all cool with photonics forever, right? Right? Okay, you're probably not. Damn it, but let's get out of here. Oh, and Tuvok got his rocks off at some point. Cheesecake all around, the end.
So much cheesecake.
A lot
cheesecake looked good, actually.
That was a huge fucking slice of cheesecake.
I would.
That
though.
was Cheesecake
really
Factory size.
No, it was actually much taller than Cheesecake Factory slices by my.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, theirs are often quite wide, but it depends. Some of their weird layered ones get pretty tall.
But their plain cheesecake like that was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to
short.
get the tiramisu flavored cheesecake, which is the best of both worlds.
Now I want cheesecake.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Cheesecake's delicious.
Y'all got any cheesecake?
No.
Sadly, no.
Man, there are so many Reese's products these days. We were in this convenience store the other day, and there's like a whole shelf of different Reese's products.
Yep. They've gone crazy.
It's insane. Even the Take 5. I didn't know. Was the Take 5 always Reese's, or was it?
Oh, yeah, no, that's been around for years.
Well, I know, but was it?
It was always Reese's
It
branded.
was always Reese's? Okay, I
No,
wasn't
it
sure.
wasn't. Take 5 used to just be Take 5.
Really?
No, it didn't used to be a Reese's
Okay,
product.
that's what I thought.
You're
'cause-
correct.
I misremembered then.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're thinking of that and not the Fast Break? Because
I
that's always been Reese's.
I might be.
Anyway,
Take 5 is delicious.
I
Take 5
I
is
love
pretty- that's
a
a
Take
great-
5. Well, because
that's
that's got pretzels. Anything with pretzels in is
Yeah.
okay with me.
Salt and chocolate, hell's
Fuck
to the
yeah.
yes.
Salty.
So
Speaking of salty
Chocolate balls.
surprise.
No!
Why?
Oh, listen to you. She's giving you shit after being like, oh, he wants to be inside her, and her answer is boing.
See, I know you said inside her, but I heard insider, and then I just imagined swimming in a pool of cider.
Yum.
That
Yeah.
sounds fun, but sticky.
This episode was dumb.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
dumb.
Here's the one thing. The one thing I'll say that was good about this. Jerry Ryan
Yes.
was having the time of her fucking life. And
Yeah,
he
she
was
did a great
great.
job.
Her playing the EMH was fucking
It was
great.
great.
Like, that part, like, that was great. Everything around, like, not just the A plot, the B plot. What? Fucking what? Who decided we needed this? Idiots.
Fans who've been counting and saying it's been 7 years and Tuvok should have gone by now.
I think I speak for everyone at this table when I say, this is pawn far enough.
Here's the thing. It hasn't been 7 years. It has been 6.5-ish. And for all we know, right before he went off with the Maquis, he had his last pawn far.
But they know it's going to be another couple of months. We're going to hit pawn far because it's 7 seasons.
Yeah, they had to do it.
It could have just happened off screen. We didn't need to see it. We've been here. We've done that. It doesn't need to happen every fucking time there's a Vulcan on board. Oh my god, are we going to have Pawn Far and goddamn Enterprise?
Oh, we are going to have the worst pawn far in Enterprise.
Yeah, he's right.
I hate that episode.
It's bad.
Well, of course it fucking is, because it's a Pawn Far episode.
We're gonna say, this is pawn too far.
This time you've pawned too far.
But yeah, we didn't need Tuvok's pawn far. Also, apparently, it didn't work on Vorik, but it worked on him. Maybe because he actually had a mate, and it was a version of his mate.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Still
it's 'cause of the
stupid.
mate, and also because Tuvok is older and therefore has better control, and he was doing more meditation, which Vorik failed at.
Also, apparently, we learned from this that,
He also had the injections or whatever.
yeah, Doc probably started developing them right after that episode.
Thank God.
But, turns out the Vulcans have something in common with the...
Betazoids.
Thank you. That they get hornier as they get older. I'm
I'm
glad you could tell exactly where I was going.
New Vulcan power.
Here's something that I found a little interesting, though.
Tell me.
So, at first, Tuvok wasn't going to go for it because, he's married. And it occurred to me that fidelity in this context is illogical.
I said the same damn
That's
thing.
true.
He did.
If Tuvok was the one during the Vorik episode, name's gone.
Bad times had by all.
That's the one. Tuvok was right away saying, Vorik, go fuck whoever you can. Get it done.
Yeah.
Tuvok, yes, fucking get it done. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, and that whole idea of get it done, get her done,
Ugh.
like that goes all the way back to Star Trek 3, right? Which is what Savick did.
Yep.
Like, she didn't do that out of like
Blood Fever, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Found it.
she didn't do the nasty
To the dude.
because she wanted to get with Spock. She did it because, if I don't fuck this kid, he'll die.
Yeah, like, that's what I said. Was like, okay, they're Vulcan. Like, if I don't fuck, I die. Logically, I have to fuck.
I'd let him die.
Wait, Vorik should have had a partner, though. Because they, like, bond them to their partner when they're children.
I don't know if they do that with everybody.
Yeah, that might just be like the rich family.
Right.
Spock is like
Spock's
famous.
family's pretty fancy, yeah. But yeah, Pawn Far's never... The only Pawn Far episode that isn't just like fucking hell is the original.
Yeah.
And even then, I remember having like so many qualms about it.
Yeah, but at least that one you can go like, it was the 60s.
Yeah. It led us to a fun place watching a fight.
Yeah.
And we get the great music and it's all fine.
Yeah, but
Pawn
like...
Far was irrespective of the quality of the episode.
It's like the same with fucking Mirror Universe. It was fine when TOS did it. Everyone else knock it off.
No, yes.
Now, you mentioned blue balls in the intro, and I have to say the biggest blue balls of all
Chell wasn't in this one.
were mine.
What?
When the audience blatantly dangled Neelix holding a bowl of soup in front of us, and soup stayed on the tray.
It did.
How did the soup stay on the tray?
That's a good point.
Chekhov's soup.
Tuvok is a good man who doesn't waste soup.
I appreciate that Neelix was like, okay, you're clearly having a sick. I'm not going to do anything weird. I'm going to make the blandest broth I can because you're my buddy.
Maybe,
I
no,
love
here's
them.
the thing. Maybe, like, because it obviously wasn't public that he was Pawn Far. Like, Janeway sussed it out.
Yeah. Well, she's known him so long.
Yeah, so she figured it out, and Tom obviously knows it because he's got some medical stuff, but there's no way Neelix knows it. But he might suspect it because he knows that the Pawn Far exists.
True.
And he knows that the one sure way to test if a Vulcan man is going through Pawn Far is to present him with a bowl of soup.
Remind me how Neelix knows the Pawn Far exists? Is it because he was Tuvix at one point?
Well, because of Vorik, right?
Did he interact with Vorik?
No, but I assume that
but he's
word
also
spreads on the ship.
We also just know he's, like, studied up on Vulcan culture.
Yeah.
They don't put Pawn Far in books.
No, but Starfleet Medical did. Bones wrote a very lengthy,
Yes.
very embarrassing article.
Hero
Neil is just
Bones.
such a nosy ninny that he would definitely have discovered
Fair.
upon far by now.
What is it? They said he had the something or other flu.
Tarkadian
Tarkalian flu.
Tarkalian
Right.
flu, and that comes up in TOS.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
it sounded
hi.
familiar when I
Oh,
looked it
wait
up.
a minute.
but-
Tarkalian slug devil worm. In Trouble with Tribbles,
Oh.
there's something about a Tarkalian something worm.
Oh, fair
Hold
enough.
on a minute. Wait.
All the awful stuff comes
Isn't
from
there also like a
Tarkalia.
Tarkalian tea or something?
There might
There's some
be.
other Tarkalian.
Tarkalian tea just came up. Yep,
Wow.
that's one. Tarkalian.
Well, time to
I
segue
wanna
into
say
this
it's
week's
slime worm or
activity.
something.
All the Tarkalian stuff.
Yikes.
I'm starting to wonder if like Tarkalian is sort of like their equivalent of like Chinese, like just any, like, you know how like people are like, oh, it's a Chinese finger trap, or oh, it's Chinese this, or like, if I
Yeah.
feel like there was this idea like
Starfleet just...
in the past that people would just say things were Chinese to just be like, oh, they're kind of weird, they're not the same as the things you're used to.
It's Starfleet racism.
Yeah, exactly. Starfleet casual racism.
Oh, it's a Tarkalian fire drill.
Oh, yeah. So we got... unless we have more to pon far about.
No.
Thank God. I mean, the alternate is the other thing.
True.
So the Doctor is new to sensation, but he seems to not be overwhelmed by it. Like, he seems to understand first smell. Because Harry clearly shit himself once they were captured. So what does that smell? Harry, gross!
I kind of wondered if, like, I guess he did ultimately admit that he was perspiring, but at first I was like, is he just wearing really offensive, like, cologne?
That's what I was waiting for it to be, and I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't.
Nah, that would
Because you definitely know he would have sprayed extra on his pits if he knew he was going to be on a mission with Seven. Like, he's
Yeah.
probably still hoping somewhere deep down in,
Oh, he
in
definitely
there.
I mean, I'm also just imagining that the Doctor might not know what humans smell like, or like not like, well, but I don't know. It kind of makes sense that a Doctor hologram would be programmed to be able to smell,
You'd think.
because I feel like that's a diagnostic tool.
Yeah. Is your wound festering? Let me give it a sniff.
I mean, his sensors can probably pick up whatever chemical traces, and then it tells him equals this. He
Yes.
doesn't actually have to...
Yeah, so BO might not be one of the things that he's familiar with, because by all accounts, humans are very smelly.
That's
but
true.
we're just evolutionarily predisposed to filter it out.
They said they were on the Delta Flyer for at least 3 days. Does the Delta Flyer have a sonic shower?
It probably does. Like a very small one, like a camp one, but yeah.
Okay, I hope so.
I imagine that coffin that you can slide into, will...
God damn the escape pod.
That's the nice thing about a sonic shower. You don't need water for it, so...
I also would argue that that's the shitty thing about a sonic shower.
Yes.
I feel like half the joy of the shower is that it's, like, warm and wet and
Yeah, no, sonic
delightful.
showers sound awful.
We've discussed this. I
We
think they'd be great.
Here's the thing.
Tingly.
So, at first I was like, man, he's enjoying all these sensation, but all this food and drink, he's going to have to piss and shit so much.
But nope, that's when he hands it back over to Seven.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you deal with it. But then it...
Well, what's the real shame? Because he's missing out, you know?
Well, then it occurred to me, does 7 of 9
Piss and shit?
Piss
piss and
and
shit?
shit?
Or do, like, the nanoprobes take care of that?
Oh my god, I've
'Cause
never thought of
Because
this.
here's the thing, she lives in the
Chris
cargo
looks horrified.
bay. She lives in the cargo bay, which doesn't have a bathroom as far as we know.
She really is the perfect woman. She doesn't have to piss or
so it
shit.
occurred to me that she might just, like...
Does she use the shower? Or do the nanoprobes just kind of eat the gunk off of her?
I don't know.
Wow.
Doctor says she always smells great.
Oh, that
Yeah.
creepy fuck.
Granted, he was smelling the wrist and not like the pits or anything.
That's true. So I mean, it occurred to me that like maybe 7 of 9 just doesn't have to deal with that because
I've never thought of this.
But then it also occurred to me that if she is remotely human, she's gonna be fucking ill as fuck after eating and drinking that much and having like never indulged because she only ever eats nutritional supplements. The doctor even gives her shit about it.
She's gonna feel like total.
But like
garbage.
now she's eating giant pieces of cheesecake and entire meals and drinking.
That's the thing. She might have to piss. She's eaten so much cheesecake, she is bound up for a month. She ain't shit for ages.
God damn it.
I thought that last night. I was like, oh, well, she don't have to poop at least.
You said it last night too.
No, I know. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said I thought it.
Oh, I meant to say said. If I said thought.
Maybe you said said.
I will
said
know when I go
thought,
back and
said,
edit
who
this.
said that? Who what?
Yes.
I don't know who's on third, though.
True. Caitlin was waiting for the other crewman to hit on Seven, too.
Oh, the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a real Three's Company situation.
I said Rick Berman would never allow it.
Yeah, not in this show.
Well, that's the thing.
No, but it was super gay.
But they always pussyfoot around gay issues.
Yeah, it doesn't count because she's possessed.
Yeah,
or it doesn't
it's
count
technically the doctor.
because Dax used to be a boy and all this
but
shit.
the doctor kissed the guy, or the guy kissed the doctor, so that's gay.
But the guy thought he was kissing a lady.
Yeah, but
the
doctor...
that's like, you know,
this is
some
no
like
homo,
that's like some like
episode.
it hot type of gay, right? Where it's like, oh, but he doesn't know it's a man, so it's funny, ha ha ha, which is, you know, even a little dated even for, you know, 23 years ago. That whole
You still see gay panic humor all over the place. Like, it definitely is finally starting to taper off, but
yeah, I'm glad that they didn't make that an issue really at the end.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, no, you were actually kissing me, and I'm just not your type. And it wasn't like, there wasn't a gay panic. He wasn't like,
He didn't Ace Ventura, like, panic shower and eat 10 packs of gum.
yeah.
Soap. Eat the soap.
So at least they resisted that particular urge, but
Yeah.
still, it was dumb. It was stupid.
It was pretty dumb. Can confirm.
Yeah, I think the thing that pissed me off the most about this episode, other than we'll get back to there's so many things. Which thing do I want to talk about first? The biggest thing. Let's talk about the biggest thing first. And that was when Doc comes out and starts chastising Seven for never enjoying herself. He says, well, I had to do it, and it's your fault because you don't ever indulge. And I was very angry on Seven's behalf. Because it's her choice. It's her choice. Why are you judging her for her choice? If she doesn't eat tons of cheesecake or drink synthahol, it's because she doesn't want to. Don't judge her for that. And he never apologizes. And then the end scene, Seven comes in with some food and drink, and it reminded me very much of the whole Leia Brahms thing, where it's like, you're not going to apologize,
Yes.
but I apologize, and now we're friends, and I'm doing the thing you wanted me to do, and fuck it.
yeah.
I was so angry.
Also, she literally was like, you were abusing my body! And 2 seconds later, they were like laugh tracking about it. Like, he was like, ho, sorry I overindulged. And I was like, there is nothing ho about you were abusing my body.
Like
That is a really fucking strong thing to say.
there were ways to write this that would have made it not deeply upsetting.
And they were not
Done.
able.
if she just, you know, if she'd been like, God damn it, and rather than chastising her, he was just like,
I have to do it
Come
for
on,
the foil.
live a little.
well, yeah, just being like, wait, like, how do you not do this all the time? Like, it's less judgy, more like,
More like,
My
I would
eyes
not be
are-
able to control myself.
Yeah, if it were more about him experiencing things
that
than
would have
her
been
not
fine.
experiencing things and him judging her for it, yeah, I get that.
yeah, that would have been a better way to handle it.
Let's rewrite it. We could write this episode better,
the
guys.
other thing about this episode.
It's not very good.
Once they had the mobile emitter, the Doctor can live offline.
Oh, once
in the
Seven
mobile
and Harry
emitter,
had
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, like, there's no reason for him to go back into Seven's body once they have the emitter. He
Well,
can just be in the mobile emitter and
They
be
had
asleep.
That's why they had to come up with a stupid excuse of he had to be in there so she could see the stuff. And
Yeah, but the thing is, she could just go see this.
Yeah, but she doesn't have that charm that the EMH has. The Rannick wouldn't fall in love with her. He's falling in love with
she
EMH.
could break his fucking neck if he tried to kiss her.
she should have.
She should have.
And like, they were alone on the bridge. She could have taken that ship over.
Yeah.
And, opened all the airlocks, because that's what she would have done.
They let her wander around, and
Very freely.
I was so like the moment that we see the scene where she's in the med bay with Jaren, and Jaren's asking for help with patients. It's like, why are you asking this person? You don't know her. What are you doing? She's a prisoner of yours.
Here's another thing. So this race of people who is so incredibly paranoid about photonics,
I wanted more of that.
Who can detect photonics in ships that are just passing through, just if somebody happens to be using the holodeck.
Yeah.
But
does not have internal sensors that go off when there's a photonic.
Yeah,
on
you're
the
right.
ship.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, good
But
point.
also,
Damn it.
how would they be okay with someone who's part Borg? I
Yeah.
feel like if you're freaked
Hey.
out by weird technology
Borg
shit...
are a lot of things.
But they're
they ain't made of
physical.
light.
It sounds
No, but they're like super tech.
I know,
You
I
know?
It sounded like we had holograms that we made slaves, and then they revolted.
No, they were part of our families.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear more. I just wanted that
I
episode.
mean, it
That'd
sounded
be cool.
like it had a
Yeah.
very like the way that the nurse lady Jaren
Faith Garland.
the way she talked about it gave me real like antebellum vibes.
Yeah. And that's, like, they were clearly going for that. That was well done.
Yeah.
Like, here's a character who just doesn't fucking get how fucked up it is because they were raised with it.
Yeah, which is like that's a really interesting thing. Like drawing a connection between like slavery and photonics. Like we've done that a lot in Star Trek, and that could be a really interesting episode or a really interesting plot line in a totally different episode. It did not belong in this goofy body swap.
Yeah, it's
Garbage.
a little profit and lace in that they think this was a comedy, and they felt like it's clear that they're trying to hit comic beats, but they're talking about Seven feeling violated and wronged, and I'm not on board. It's sad because it's directed by Robbie McNeil, who I like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Damn it,
He
Robbie.
didn't write
Is
it.
that Paris?
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, I
I don't know any of the actors' names in this show.
I don't think any of the direction was particularly bad in this episode.
It was directed well.
And I think like you said, I think Jerry did a great job.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
Yeah, all the actors in this did a really good job. I think it was misguided
Oh, goodness, yes.
by design. It was
Yeah.
not going to be good. It's not as bad as Prophet and Lace
No.
by a long shot, but it ain't great.
I do feel like, I've been kind of thinking, like, I feel like we're hitting kind of like a similar season 7 losing steam that I feel like TNG had, and even DS9 had moments of just like, they know they're in the home stretch and they're not always
We
trying.
have to kill some time before the big 10 episode sweep.
Yeah.
Quick, let's play a baseball game.
Because I feel like a lot of what we've had for this season so far is a lot of either it's fine or this, which is just, it isn't good.
Critical Care was great.
That was that was an exception.
There was no, there's definitely still some diamonds.
Yeah.
Amongst
But again,
them.
I'd say this is probably the first genuinely like bad one. And even then, its average is dragged up by Jerry Ryan as the EMH.
I really liked, because you could definitely see exactly what she was doing. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah,
She's
I hear
fantastic.
I hear that Picardo came and like pre-performed for her what the different scenes were, and she went and studied them and studied his movements and his elocution and all this stuff.
I kind of like that less, in a way. You know what I mean?
Not really.
Well, it doesn't feel like if she's just copying his choices.
I mean, but that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah,
the point
I
is
know,
that
but
she is
she's
supposed
doing
to
an
be
impression.
him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's not Seven doing an impression of the Doctor. It's the
literally
Doctor.
the Doctor. So it makes sense that she would be replicating.
I wish they did this whenever someone was possessed by somebody else.
Yeah.
See, turnabout fucking intruder. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I guess I mean from an acting perspective, I don't love it. Not so much from results.
The thing is, like, it's still impressive. I think plenty of people could easily have watched video of someone else and still not done a good job pretending to be them.
Yeah, I don't think it diminishes
What she did.
her talents at all.
Oh, did you guys recognize Jaren, by the way? The what was she called? The tactical officer girl.
She one of Bashir's weirdos?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, I did look her up because I was like, something about her is familiar, but I did not realize it until I looked her up.
Aha.
Who is?
Well, she was Nurse Garland from Little Green Men.
Okay.
And and Mariel, the girl from Invasive Procedures, who dated the guy who took over Dax's symbiont.
Yeah.
Purportedly, and this is actually kind of funny, she was visiting the set with her husband, who we will see next week in Flesh and Blood, and the casting director says, "Oh, hey, Megan, how's it going? Are you free for a couple episodes? Tomorrow?"
Wow.
Nice.
Because I guess, I don't know why they wouldn't have cast this role all ahead of time, but they didn't.
Maybe.
Oops.
So it's not like they had and something fell through? Or
I don't know. All I know is that she was on set, she just happened to be there, and met with the casting director who asked, hey, what are your plans for the next couple of weeks?
What you up to? Nice.
And the captain is a recurring person too.
He was Ixtana Rax on one little ship. One of the
that's right.
One of the Jem'Hadars.
That's right.
Would not recognize him.
Yeah, no.
A little less makeup.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I thought I recognized him, but clearly I didn't. Because yes, he was under so much makeup. I mean, sometimes you can see people through makeup, but seeing people through Jem'Hadar makeup is tricky.
Yeah.
Janeway was also kind of strange this episode.
Oh, how she like straight up threatened to destroy that other ship?
Yeah, that! They're like, hey, you're in our space and we don't like photonics, so we're gonna board and check that you don't have photonics. And Janeway says, I will shoot every one of you!
Look, after that guy fucked with her in no psychics sector, she's done with people who don't like X in their sector.
I think she's just afraid that someone's going to mess with Michael Sullivan again.
Ah, there it is.
I think she's just afraid that someone's going to blow her ship up before she can do it.
Yes.
No one destroys my ship but me.
If you set foot on my ship, I'll blow it up. You'll blow up our ship, you mean? No, I'll blow up my ship!
That's the thing. I just read it as like, you know what, Janeway's just like, you know what? Fucking no, not today. Today I'm not putting up with the usual space asshole. I haven't slept enough. Tuvok's over there trying to pawn far. I just fucking no. Like it didn't feel too out of left field. It felt a little out of left, but not hugely. I get it. She just put up with fake Reg last week, like.
Was Robert Beltran in either of these episodes?
Oh, God.
He was in at least one of them for a second.
If he was, I didn't even spot him then. Jesus.
I think he was certainly sitting next to her on the bridge. Either that or they got a cardboard cutout. But
he may have had a line in this.
But...
Yeah, because she definitely looks at him and says sometimes diplomacy has to have a little saber rattling, but I don't know if he actually said anything.
Oh, no. Poor Beltran.
Yeah.
Oh, props to Tuvok, though, because even going through Ponfar, he can, accurately hit a certain spot on the ship, and I swear he didn't have to worry about his Ponfar after that anymore.
Oh. No, I missed this when we talked about the first episode, but what the fuck kind of apples does Harry Kim's mother use to make pie?
It looked like green slime.
It looked fucking terrible.
Like, clearly,
I swear he said it was apple pie.
Well, it was Neelix's take on it. He, for whatever reason, didn't have access to apples. Yes, he could have replicated them, shush. He found some kind of space fruit that sort of worked, but he had to mush it and blah, blah.
No, know what it is? Space symbols. Space golf clubs.
Space apples.
Space apples.
Spapples.
You found it.
I'm surprised the apple pie wasn't just a piece of green Lexan plastic on a plate.
Ouch. Yeah, but we got to see some cheesecake. Looked great.
Yeah, the cheesecake looked normal.
That's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. We don't know. It's space apple pie.
Spapple.
I was saying, sounds delicious. It's like Snap.
They got the person who did the colorization of TAS to do props design for that episode.
And they'd never seen an apple pie in their life. I'm done with this episode.
Yeah, me too.
So this one, it had Nurse
Garland
from DS9 and Attack from DS9. The DS9 comet was back again in another guest role.
It?
That's the comet they were chasing at the very beginning. So I can see why you chose this week.
Most of it was entirely accidental. So.
Just pretend you're a genius.
Entirely on purpose.
It was all my master plan because we're going back to the Dabo table, guys, with Leosa, that bitch.
Woo! We still don't know how this game works.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do, because we're talking about, and we've done this a couple times before. We did it with TOS, we did it with TNG, and now we're doing it with Deep Space Nine. We're doing a big couple episode spotlight on our favorite DS9 thingies, starting with our favorite minor or one-off characters. So anybody but the main ones.
Okay, so
literally anyone.
What? That's
not main characters.
Well, let's define main character.
Let's do.
How many? What is the number of episodes one must be on?
30.
Is that like the number Garrick is on?
Yes. No, Garrick's on more than
that. So like,
is he?
So like Garrick, I assume, is above that threshold.
Well, do you guys? Here's the thing: would you guys count Garrick as a main character?
So my thing is like, I think the thing with DS9 is that you've kind of got this weird middle tier that, say, TNG didn't have.
Yeah, like recurring, like really
Yeah.
recurring characters like
Garrick,
Wei-Yun.
Kai Wynn.
Arguably Lady Changeling.
Yeah.
Shows up a lot. Gul Dukat.
Like, I almost feel like
and
they're
Damar.
all in their own category, and like, if we include them as sort of counting for this, that kind of wipes out a lot of good candidates, because I'm definitely going to say Garrick before the Cardassian
I'll
currently
tell
have
you,
in mind.
my theory going into this is I chose characters who... Like, I deliberately chose, like, one-off characters just to kind of stay within the spirit of the exercise.
So that's where I'm sort of like, because my thing is, I've got, some one-offs in mind. But then I've got, like, so I said this to Ames, offline when we were first discussing this, like, where does Eddington fall? Because I feel like he ultimately isn't in a ton. Like, he's not in anywhere near as many as, like, Garrick or Kai Wynn or anyone like that. So, like, for him, I'd say, like, he's kind of my upper limit.
I buy that.
But, like, I wouldn't necessarily consider...
Or like Cassidy. Cassidy, I think, is in that realm of...
Yeah, that's true.
Not main, but recurring enough that she's just at the limit, I think.
Yeah, like... Because she appears a lot in Season 7. But before that, not quite as much. So you can kind of forget that she's not in as much as you might think on first flush.
All right, so I would say... If there is a doubt that if your character is a main character or a minor enough character, the answer is probably it's too high.
Great. I mean, honestly, like, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Good. In that case, let's dive in.
Do it.
Jake.
Oh, you want me to go first?
I just decided right now, yeah.
Jake's going first.
How many do we do? 3?
3.
Okay.
Okay, so, in top character, top one-off single-use character, Eamon Maritza.
Nice.
Eamon Maritza. Guldar Heel.
That's a good one. I know you
Duet.
love him.
Yeah, I mean, just fantastic character. Well acted. Well, the performance was phenomenal. Next character, staying in the same vein, I'm going to say Kenny Gamore.
Also good.
Kira's...
This is sounding a lot like your Cardassians list, Jake.
Yeah, that's true. Kira's daddy, but not.
Hilariously, I was just looking him up to remember his name.
Nice. And my third character is going to be Grilka.
Yeah.
Quark's wife.
Oh, she's
That's a good
excellent.
pick.
I have to give honorable mention to two characters. One character who was on my list, who I just switched out, Mila.
Oh, that would have been a good choice too.
And then one final character who...
And you haven't even read the book. She's great in the book.
Who needs recognition because he's just so fantastic. But you know what? I flatter him, sir! I flatter him!
What is even his name?
I have no idea.
You just wrote down Cardassian lawyer?
He's just Cardigan Cardassian.
Yes.
He does wear a cardigan, or did I make that up?
I don't remember.
And it has stuck with me.
I have to look at a picture.
But yeah, what a great jurist.
Shame he's dead.
So you said earlier, Jake, was that that you expect some overlap, but which one's the one you didn't think there was going to be overlap for?
I was not sure that anyone would choose Grilka.
Grilka literally just got bumped off my list because I got a good list here. But she was literally my number 4.
Oh.
So let me tell you my list, because my number 1 on my list, because I love him. I love Tosk. I am Tosk!
Oh, I just watched that episode again.
Oh my
it's
God.
so good.
He's so good, and he's such an interesting character, and it's such a different kind of portrayal of a character that he's just really cool. Tosk forever. My next is going to be another one of my favorites who I have a super soft spot for, and that's Pell.
Yep,
Yeah,
good.
Pell's a goodie.
Pell, who if we thought the Ferengi in this episode sucked, it's because of people like Pell who make the Ferengi so much better that any other time that you're looking at your Ferengi and you're like, why aren't you Pell? Why can't everyone just be Pell, please? Fix it. So yeah, I love her. I think she was a great device that they used in Deep Space Nine to talk about like gender and rights and stuff. And my last one is just a really clever use of a character, because we never fucking even see this character, and that's Lisa Cusack.
Oh, yeah. Sound of her voice.
Oh, yeah, that's a great episode.
Yeah, I thought
We do see her.
We see a corpse. We see a corpse of her. That may end up being the screenshot, and I'm very sorry. But yeah, I think she did such a great job with a character whom we never even fucking see. Just so good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 3. And yeah, Grilka just got bumped off the list, and the other one who was close but just also didn't quite make it was Cassidy Yates, because I also really like her.
Oh, I do love Cassidy.
I looked up O'Brien's lawyer. His name is Kovat.
Kova.
And he does, in fact, seem to wear, if not a cardigan, a like, sweater of some kind. It might be a duster more than a cardigan, but he does, in fact, wear a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you guys rock, paper, scissors for it.
Do you want to go, or should I go?
I'll go.
Okay, go for it.
Luoxana Troy, because I will choose Luoxana Troy whenever she is an option.
I love that she's on both your TNG list and your DS9 list.
Because she's fucking great, and she's awesome in Deep Space Nine.
She's
like,
great.
I love when she, like, I mean, I know she kind of does her boy crazy thing with Odo, but I love, like, when they have their moment in the elevator, when she's like, let me take care of you. Such a good scene. And I love, like, the speech that he gives when they get married, and, like, I just, love it.
Love her.
Love her. She's the best. I think I want to say, who is O'Brien's mobster friend?
Oh, I wrote him down. That is Liam Bilby, because he was on my
Bilby.
short list. And Chester. It had to be Liam and
Oh,
Chester.
yeah, Chester, obviously.
Yeah,
Chester's a good guy.
But
They're a
I
package deal.
just really like them. I like their relationship. I love how bummed O'Brien gets when he has to, like, screw him over.
That's a good episode.
It's
That
such
is
a good
good.
episode.
Yeah.
It's a very underrated episode because I don't see it referred to, like, anywhere.
Yeah, well, that's because Star Trek fans are fucking idiots.
But a lot of them love O'Brien, so you think they remember that fucking episode.
Well,
You notice he doesn't suffer enough in it.
Well, it also is like
He suffers a whole lot.
They
He
have
watches
to-
his friend get
Not in a
fucked over.
more obvious way. It's
Okay.
a subtle emotional way, and they don't understand emotion.
yeah, but they'd have to remaster it and change all the characters' skin to green since they're all supposed to be Orion.
Oh,
Christ.
right.
and then I think I'm gonna stick with one of my initial gut feelings, which is to say to Kenny Gamore.
Nice.
Because I just love the relationship between him and Kira, and I love how, like, even though he, like, knows that she's probably not his daughter, he, like, really just wants to believe it, and I love that he goes to her when he's sick, and I love him. He's a great character. But Tosk was a really good pick.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
He was in consideration for me.
I do love Tosk. I considered Moogie.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is I really like original Moogie.
Oh, good point.
Like, I don't necessarily love all... I don't love all Moogies equally. And,
Like
but
how we don't
she's,
love all... Oh, God, Ducat's half-daughter.
Ziel.
Ziel.
Ziel. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, no,
I mean, he is her daughter, but the other side is something else.
The various actors, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because there were like 8 of them, right? She
Three.
only appeared 4 times, but there were 8 different actresses. 2 of them were the Olsen twins. Yeah, so I did think about Moogie. And I actually also considered Dr. What the Fuck, his name, Odo's fake daddy.
More whole.
Because I do like I like him, but I especially like the episode where they're... Well, no, I do like him, because I feel like he's kind of like, you never write, you never call, and Odo's like, you don't fucking care, and he's like, no, but, like, I do? Like, I don't know, I feel bad for him, but anyway, not enough to put him on my list officially, so there you have it.
Chris, do you have a list for us?
I do.
Hooray!
So, I knew we didn't have to, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have, like, 12 Cardassians.
What?
So, I was like, I'm going to pick one to represent all of them. And there's so many good options. There's Kovat, whose name I didn't know until a few seconds ago, I freely admit. He's just O'Brien's lawyer to me. There's the one that's Cardassian flirting with O'Brien.
Oh,
Yeah, her.
Gilora?
Sure. To Kenny Gamore, he's great.
Mm.
They're all great. But, like Jake, I'm going to go with Maritza.
Also good. That's a good choice.
So, then, one kind of out of left field, he was a last-minute choice. And maybe there's better choices, but I don't care.
Freenac.
I was just gonna say it's a fake! Stop it!
I did vaguely consider him for a second.
Amazing.
Lek the Eliminator.
Yes!
I thought of
The
that.
weirdest Ferengi ever. He just wants to kill shit, which is so weird, and I love it. And it goes without saying, number 1, Eddington.
Yeah.
Because he's right.
Man, I feel like we owe Jeffrey Combs an apology.
Oh, don't worry. Well, we can bring up Jeffrey Combs next week multiple times because next week is DS9 villains, which opens the field up
so
much more than this.
That's the thing is like I considered what's his name?
Wait,
Brunt.
Wait,
Brunt FCA.
Oh, yeah.
Wayoon, I figured was a little too. He, to my mind, is on that sort of is on too much.
But it's all
tier.
different Wayoons.
Oh, touche.
I know.
I was-
Fuck! I should have said happy Wayoon there.
Wayoon 6.
Yes.
Wayoon. He's not happy. He dies.
Defector Wayoon.
He dies horribly.
No, but he dies with the blessing of Odo.
no, that's true. He's right.
Which
One of
means
his
he is
gods.
pretty happy.
But yes, no, Jeffrey Combs will come up. But yeah, I feel like now I gotta take this opportunity for Lek, and I couldn't not say Eddington.
Right.
Plain and simple.
No, I get it. I get Eddington. That's a
Wait,
good
what
one.
was Jeffrey Combs' other Deep Space Nine? Obviously,
He
Brunt, but he played one
He
other
was that
person, right?
weird guy that wanted.
Tehran?
I remember his name, but he was the creep that wanted a hologram of Kira.
Yeah, that's right.
Not
That's
a great
the one.
character.
No.
No.
Great makeup.
I
Great
wasn't
makeup.
saying that I wanted to put him on the list. I knew that he showed up as someone else. And I can't
Yeah,
remember
I
who
think
it
that was his first Trek appearance
Mhm.
in total.
Yeah, I think the thing about DS9 is there's just so many great
Oh yeah.
one-off or only a few appearances characters. That,
I mean, I was so tempted to list, that one Cardassian with the scarred face that killed all of Kira's friends. He didn't suck.
Oh, he was the worst.
God, that episode was
that was
bad.
a terrible episode.
Yeah, it was.
I also considered the old guy that she has to
Yeah, that's a
destroy
good
his
one.
kiln.
I thought
But
of
the
him
thing
too.
is, the reason why I didn't is because he's just a little too little lady with her.
Mm.
Like, I just feel like he's like an old man of a certain age who is just a sexist, disgusting pig anyway. Like, I like him, but I don't think he's necessarily a good character. I don't know how to explain it better than that.
I was gonna say I can't. Is her name Cyrilla? Is that
Oh,
That
Martok's
name-
wife.
Martok's wife?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
such a bitch. I
Oh,
love
she's
her.
the best, and he loves her so much for
Oh
that.
my god, she killed my Targ, or she let my Targ go. God, do I love that bitch.
I mean, I would even say, and really this is only in comparison to his other appearances, but Alexander Roshenko.
Oh yeah, he's
I
good at
did-
that.
DS9 Alexander is
I
best
like
Alexander.
DS9
He
Alexander.
No.
finally
He's a
sticks
j-
it to Dwarf.
He's
like,
a
fuck
joke,
you, Dad.
and I don't
He's
like
not
him.
even that. I mean, there's the episode.
Sons and Daughters.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he's goofy and he fucks up and everything. I liked him more in the wedding episode.
You are cordially invited.
When
Is this cat going to attack you, Caitlin?
Probably.
Oh god, I didn't even consider.
He always does eventually.
I'm not changing my list, but I didn't even consider. Fuck.
Dr. Geiger.
No.
Augmentane.
He's good too.
He was on my short list.
No. also
Robert
good.
Tane, I thought of too. Yeah.
Fucking old Klingon dude.
Core.
Oh,
Core.
I thought you meant Martok.
I mean, Core. Yeah, I actually did consider Core just to give kind of a shout out to the OG Klingon, but I gotta say, in terms of Klingons, Core's great, and he's got some his episode, the final episode where he faces off is great, but I think Kang for top
Sure.
Klingon.
Sure.
I think yeah. In terms of like the trio that came back for DS9, Kang.
Still,
I don't know. I'm on Team Koloff.
Koloff, yep.
I know we talked about it at the time,
Because I
but
still would.
I really felt like that old servant guy should have gone off with him, though.
Yeah,
Martok's
probably.
like secretary.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like they were building to that. Like he was gonna go with him, and they were both gonna go down in a blaze of Klingon glory. But yeah, no, a lot of really good options.
Lass. I thought.
Yeah, I liked Lost.
Lost.
Lost is on my
Lost
short
again?
list.
It's Odo, the other changeling who's.
Oh!
Oh, no, I don't like
He
him.
spent like a decade as a cow or whatever.
Yeah.
He becomes fire. He's like, I bet you didn't even know you could do this, bitch. And Odo's like, no, I didn't.
Kurzodo.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I do love a Kurzodo.
I did briefly consider Avery Brooks as the bad guy.
Oh, no, not
But it's like
German.
that doesn't technically. No, not even that. The bad guy from Bashir's Holo program.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how about
Dr. Noah.
I don't know.
There we go.
I don't know if this counts, but what about Intendant Kira?
Oh, that would count.
Oh, definitely can, yeah.
Well,
She's
there's-
not a great
there's-
character, but
There's still villains
Intended
next
Kira.
week.
There was also Mirror Universe Barial, who had so much more personality than original Barial.
Yeah, but
And
that's
yet-
a low bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and yet...
He was fun.
Because
What
he
about-
had none otherwise.
what about Explodo?
What about Thomas Riker?
Smiley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we love Smiley.
Yeah, everyone loves Smiley.
Oh,
yeah.
Sarah. Isn't that... No, wait, that's his mother. What's his wife's name?
Oh,
Jennifer?
Jennifer.
No,
Cisco.
fuck Jennifer. She's a bitch.
Wow.
She works for the enemy, man.
That's true. Well, she switches to the right side.
That's true.
Also, I could see going to the enemy just to spite Mirror Cisco. He was awful.
He was a piece of shit.
The first joke one that I put on my short list was the cloud that everyone has to yell at.
Well, I was going to say the
he's a
old
good
man
one.
that yells at the cloud.
He's not that great, though. The
No.
cloud is better than him.
I meant to look up first draft Eddington to put him on the list as a gag.
Crimin.
Thank you. But I forgot to. Wow.
Yeah.
Ames is like a goddamn Star
Steel
Trek
trap.
encyclopedia.
What
You're
about
incredible.
what about the dude from the Circle? The head of the Circle jerk.
Yeah, we were talking about him last week.
I can't remember.
I've
his
forgotten
name.
the actor's name again.
Oh, yeah.
He was good.
The evil one that was fucking Win?
Yeah.
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 Not Gul Dukat.
Oh, could Gul Dukat's Bajoran character have counted?
No, it's still
so
Gul Dukat.
fucked up. No, that's that guy. What the fuck is his name?
I don't remember, and I just saw one of those episodes with you a few weeks ago.
I don't remember either, and I just finished the goddamn
There was
third watch of that
There
show.
was an A in it.
Yep.
Angel tonight.
Angel, yes! My god!
I don't know where that one came from. I also had on my short list Echar,
Mm-hmm.
O'Brien's brain friend from the prison.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whom he killed.
Oh.
Chris wrote a fanfic about him.
What about Pup?
No.
No.
I know, I'm joking.
Nobody
These
said.
are the
Nobody
jokes.
said Jack.
You know, I thought about being like, and of course my favorite, Patrick. And his bitch tits.
Oh,
Poor Patrick.
Now,
I
you
actually do love Patrick, but I feel bad for him, because God, that fucking costume.
You did write down our list, right? Because otherwise you're getting very confused, because we've just been talking about DS9 characters we
I
like.
did write them down.
Did she write it down? Of course she wrote it down.
No, I know. I just wanted to...
No one said Melora.
I was going to just say Melora. She was on my longer
That-
of the short lists.
The birthday cake singer from
No.
Distant Voices.
Yikes.
Nothing from Distant Voices.
Rumpelstiltskin.
No.
Rumpled foreskin.
Wow.
What's that baseball player's name?
Buck
Buck
Buckeye.
Buckeye.
Thank you. I did vaguely... Well, no, because he's not actually a good character, but he's certainly a
Memorable?
He certainly
memorable.
is a character.
He's a consequential character. The racist Vulcan. What a... Oh, I hate him so much.
What about
Solok or something?
Something.
what about the people from Run Along Home?
Oh yeah, the
Move
game.
along
The
home.
game.
Move along home.
The game
The
masters.
Gamesters of Tristan.
Yeah,
Wait, no.
the guy that the lead guy.
Yeah.
I did
Whatever
actually
his name is.
briefly, legitimately consider Mayhardu.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I like
But
that.
you Mayar didn't.
No, I came closer than you might think, though. It's like
I was expecting a Zek
Oh no.
from
I don't
Chris.
know.
No.
And
Zek-
no one else.
Zek. He amuses me to no end, but he's not top 3 by any stretch. There are so many other Ferengi and Cardassians that come
But
first.
the character that James Cromwell played when
He and
he and
Quark
Quark
are hanging
had to
out?
make a deal.
Penny
Oh,
or something.
yeah. I was thinking of the one that took Worf to that compound. Was that TNG?
No,
though?
that was TNG. Yeah.
God damn it, James Cromwell, you're in these shows too much.
We'll see him in Enterprise.
We will.
Yeah.
Still time to get him in one of the new ones, too. Let's do it. Make him a voice on Prodigy.
Ooh.
That would be great.
That would be
Oh
good.
my god, yeah, because they could do a Zephyr Cochrane.
Oh, yeah, I guess he could.
Some kind of hologram majig.
That's true.
Wait, didn't they recently
On Lower Decks.
on Lower Decks?
Was
do
that? Did he do voice acting in that? I
I
forget.
assume. if it
Actually,
was
yeah, that would
him,
make sense because the
then
character
why-
does talk.
why
Or
would-
just have them watching Babe. I would also be fine with
Yay!
that. That'll do, Pig. Oh, James Cromwell.
Rock would love
yay.
Babe.
Oh my
Aw.
god, Rock would love Babe. I love Rock.
I love Lamp.
I don't love Lamp.
I know.
I do love Rock.
Anyway, we're now talking about Prodigy. I think we're good.
You know what I love doing this podcast?
Sure.
Sure.
Don't fucking lie.
What a
Ames.
fucking nightmare.
Jesus Christ. Ames is like, you know what I love? Being done with this podcast in less than 2.5 hours. That's
Woo!
amazing.
Yay, we did it!
Chris likes that too.
Mm.
Less editing.
Don't worry, you don't have to edit any of this. This has all been perfect.
That's actually true. Jake us out, Ames.
Well, let's jake it on out of here. So, thank you for listening to all of whatever the hell we just did. For Ferengi for the win. They did it. Good job, Ferengi.
Did they?
We do have more episodes for next week. Next week's episodes. Actually, we have a mouthful for next week because there's another two-parter we have to squeeze in somewhere.
Woof.
So it's going to be next week. So next week we have Nightingale, and then we have Flesh and Blood parts 1 and 2. There aren't going to be too many more of these, but then Enterprise just goes fucking nuts with 2 parts.
Season 4 is a mess.
I don't even know how we're going to do season 4.
We'll figure it out.
It will be a nightmare, but that's for another year from now. So that's for next week. Also for next week, we'll have more great blog activities. I hope you checked out this one. It's now up on our Tumblr. Click here. Click. Or click there. Click anywhere.
I like that you did like a YouTube like gesturing towards where the subscribe button is.
Which they changed 3 years later, so everyone's gesturing in air.
Oh my god, I know, it's real bad. Or whatever, they had to like try to embed little thumbs and they're all in the wrong places. And poor YouTube people.
Yeah.
YouTube has to stop it.
They do.
But we don't, because we have more of this to talk about on the SoundCloud, on the Tumblr, on the Facebook, on the Twitter. You know all the places. It's where you are right now. You did it. Until then, this has been Ames.
This has been Caitlin.
This has been Jake. And
this has been Kovat's Sweater.
And remember, the rule of acquisition. Knowledge is profit.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Cassidy's nuts.
Wow.